Friends, in this session, I am going to do a highly analytical discussion about advantages and disadvantages of state legislative council within bicameral state legislature. This will only be an analytical discussion. You need to have deeper understanding. Based on that, you have to do the analysis that whether we should have unicameral state legislature or whether we should go for bicameral state legislature. By now you already know that only right now in the state of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, we have bicameral state legislature with state legislative assembly and state legislative council as the two houses, and rest all states in India we have unicameral state legislature with only one house, that is state legislative assembly. Okay, so we are going to do this discussion. So what we are going to discuss? State legislative council. Second chamber in bicameral state legislature, and we will talk about disadvantages. We will be talking about disadvantages, and advantages. And we will also be talking about advantages, or you can say pros and cons. Okay. But before this, I would just like you all to remember that Second Administrative Reform Commission in its report has very strongly recommended that we should create legislative council in all states. Some of the states, state legislative assembly has passed resolution in favor of, creation of a state legislative council within the state, but such request was not entertained by Parliament. So we will talk about this, but you need to remember this, and as and when opportunity arises, you should even write that Second Administrative Reform Commission in its report has recommended that there should be legislative council in all states. Why it recommended, that I will also tell you later, but now we are all set to start the discussion on advantages and disadvantages. First, we will be talking about advantages. Now, when it comes to advantages, what you should remember, that state legislative council has limited legislative role, right? It has limited legislative role, yet it prevents hasty legislation. This is the first and the biggest advantage. I told you that a state legislative assembly is a house which is constituted through direct election and has a fixed term of 5 years. Members in this house, they have to go to people to get re-elected. So this house has natural tendency to take decisions in haste or to take decision without doing the long-term impact analysis. So if there is a bicameral legislature, then second chamber may put a brake on such temptation and tendency and can act as a revisory body. Though it has very limited revisory role, yet that limited revisory role is important. As and when the first house, that is the State Legislative Assembly, will get swayed with emotion and passion and will get divorced from rationality, then this Legislative Council can bring the rationality in their approach, because there is a scope of discussion, and that too second time, third time. So this is why there are many political scientists who are of the opinion that even though Legislative Council has limited legislative role, yet it is very much successful in preventing the state from hasty legislation. As and when State Legislative Assembly will get carried away with emotion and passion and will get divorced from rationality, this house can come into picture and can prevent the state from hasty legislation. So this is the advantage number one. Advantage number two, right, that it plays the role of a accommodative house. Accommodative house. And it is, right, it is gifting us opportunity for adequate representation to professionals and successful people in the legislative process. So I told you that this house, right, this house is constituted through nomination or through an indirect election. So graduates, they are getting represented, teachers are getting represented, people who have a special knowledge and practical experience in the field of art, science, literature, social service, cooperative movement, they are getting nominated. Okay, representatives from local bodies are participating in the election and electing some members in this house. So eminent people from different walk of life who have no interest in contesting election to reach in legislative house, we can bring such people, and with their presence, the quality and standard of debates in the legislature will go high. Their presence in the legislative house can be a valid reason for people of the state to feel respectful towards this institution, and many other benefits. Very vibrant discussion will be there in the house. Very lively discussion will be there in the house if professionals, successful people, eminent people from different walk of life. So this house has a big role to play when it comes to accommodative role, right? When it comes to accommodative role. And the third benefit, and I feel this is the biggest benefit, 1/3 of the members in this legislative council are getting elected by representatives in local bodies. So this house is actually helping us in strengthening grassroots democracy. Okay, grassroots democracy. See, there is one demand of democracy. that power should be exercised closest to the people. If power is exercised close to the people, then it brings accountability. And there is a saying in public administration, as the distance will increase between the point where power is exercised and people, then accountability will dissolve. You need to understand this, that in real sense, in practical terms, our democracy can only be vibrant if we have very empowered Panchayati Raj institutions. If we have Gram Swaraj, if the people of village are taking decision about the village through a democratic process, then only our democracy will be vibrant, lively and successful. And as far as India is concerned, we need to go miles to strengthen our grassroots democracy in the form of Panchayati Raj institutions and other local bodies. Now, what is happening right now? That if some members who are getting elected from Panchayati Raj institutions, who are getting elected by representatives of local bodies, when will be sitting in the state legislature, they will remain committed towards protecting the interests of local bodies, and they will not allow such legislation which is, going against the interests and claims of local bodies. They will also try to introduce and bring legislation to empower local bodies, and if we are able to empower local bodies, we can make our democracy very vibrant. Because India is a country with 1350 million people. So there must be devolution of power from center towards states, from states towards local bodies, and from local bodies towards community, family and citizen. Devolution of power. It should not be other way around, that powers are being taken by local bodies powers are being taken by state government powers are being taken by central government. Other way around. Are you getting? So one big advantage, that if we want empowered local bodies, if we want grassroots democracy to be strengthened in India, if we want our democracy to be real, functional, vibrant, lively, then we should think of mechanism through which we can strengthen the voice of local bodies in the state legislature. And one of the way in which we can strengthen the voice of local bodies in a state legislature is by creating the legislative council in each state. Okay, so these are things which are being put forward by those who are in favor of legislative council in all states. But there are many, right? There are many who have, a feel that there is no point that we should have legislative council in each states. And why? They are, right? They are saying that if we have legislative council, it will uselessly waste time and money. Okay, so what they are saying, just try to understand one disadvantage. They are saying that within the federal polity of India, very, very limited legislative powers are there with states. And it's very true. You know very well that if we see the distribution of legislative powers in India, center is very, very strongly and advantageously placed. If you see the 7th schedule of Indian Constitution, which talks about union list, state list and concurrent list, more subjects are in union list. All important subjects are in union list. And if not all, most of the important subjects are in union list. Residuary power is with parliament, meaning subjects which are not mentioned in any list, on such subjects legislation can be done by parliament. Not only this, parliament in special circumstances can legislate even on state list subjects. So very true that very, very limited legislative powers are with states. Now, if limited legislative powers are with a state, why to have a complicated legislative process? We can keep the process simple with one house, and whenever we create two houses, it will induce unnecessary complications, unnecessary complexity, unnecessary delay in the legislative process, and it will also put an additional burden on the exchequer of the state, which have limited financial resource as well. Because if legislative council is there in the state, members will be there, we will have to pay their salary, we will have to take the cost of their allowances, they are to be given many privileges, they will be entitled for house in the state capital, they will be provided with vehicles, drivers, support staff. All these will put additional burden on the state exchequer. So many experts are of the opinion that within the federal polity of India, if we have such a limited legislative powers with the state, we should keep the legislative process simple, and with bicameral state legislature, there will be useless waste of both time and money. So this is one reason why some people, some experts are not in favor of legislative council in all states. Second reason, right? Second reason, they are saying that this house is undemocratic. It is undemocratic. Okay, and what they are saying that this house is constituted through nomination. This house is constituted through an indirect election. And this house has actually created an opportunity to provide backdoor entry to those leaders who are losing direct elections, who are failing to get entry in the legislature through direct election. This house is providing backdoor entry to such people. Okay, so the way this house is constituted in direct election and nomination, this is actually undemocratic. It is undermining our democracy, is what some feels. Okay, even though I don't agree fully, but this is also an argument which is put forward by those who are opposing creation of legislative council in each state in India. Okay, each state in India. And again, right, some are of the opinion that in present day, right, in present day, scrutiny by media and through media by people is more effective than the scrutiny by second chamber. The way media has evolved as the fourth organ of the state, the way there is such a deep penetration of electronic, print and social media in India, they have a very strong presence, and anything which is happening within the corridors of a state legislative assembly, immediately through media is entering into public domain for discussion and scrutiny. So that scrutiny is happening simultaneously when the matter is being discussed in the state legislative assembly. Therefore, with changed scenario, there is no need to go for, right, there is no need to go for legislative council, and legislative council is seen by many as an expensive luxury which is draining on the poor resources of that state concerned. Okay, so many are saying that the kind of scrutiny which we want, the kind of, right, the kind of brake which you want to be applied if a state legislative assembly is getting carried away in emotion or passion, that brake can be applied through debate in people based on media inputs. So there is no need for second chamber, which actually is an expensive luxury and is draining on poor resource of states. Because when you will study the financial relationship of center and states in federal polity of India, again states are very, very disadvantageously and weakly placed. Very weak they are. Okay, so these are the arguments which are in favor and which are against. But I feel, my personal opinion, that in a country like India, which is claiming before the world that it is the largest democracy, it is the most successful democracy, it is a vibrant democracy, this claim of India can have legitimacy only when we have empowered local bodies, and we should take all possible steps to strengthen and empower local bodies in India. And one of the steps which we can take, giant step which we can take, is by creating legislative council in each state. And I feel any expenditure is a worth expenditure if it can strengthen the democratic pillars in a country which is claiming before the world to be the most successful democracy of the world. So this is all about advantages and disadvantages of a state legislative council in a bicameral state legislature.